Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to use GitHub with Eclipse, and as well as I'm going to show you how to push a local file to your GitHub and then clone from your GitHub back onto your local drive. So let's just get started. So first off, I'll create a local file here. So in your package explorer, you could just go ahead and create a Java project. I'll just call mine test1. And I don't need anything else. I'll just finish that. I don't need to create a module either. Okay, and so from here I'll create a package. I'll just call that hello YouTube, and then I will create a class called test1. Alright, so just so I can have some reference here, I will create a little comment just saying hello YouTube. Okay, so what you want to do first is you want to create a team. So you can actually just right click your project, create team, and then share project. So you'll click that. You'll want to create a repository, so you just click on this create button. And what I like to do is I like to name it the same as the project, so I'll name it test1. And there you go. Just click finish, and there you go. So it's basically what it's done here is it's cloned this local Eclipse project to a Git repository. And you don't normally see this window here. This normally just looks like this. In order to get that view, you can go to show view from window here, and then go to other. And then in this menu, you'll see Git repository, and click open. And then that will just give you that whole list there, which is great. So next what you want to do is you probably want to set it up. So what I'll do then is I will go here, go to team, and I will make my first commit. Then what we'll do here is we'll see that there's a bunch of unstaged changes. So since this is your first commit, what it will do is it will just take all these files and try and push them to your GitHub account, folder, file, or whatever it is that you are going to be pushing it to. So we'll set that up later. But first, I'll add all of these changes to the staged changes. And then you have a commit message here. So this will be our first commit and push. And I'll just say I added test1.java, which is this file here. So you can go ahead and click commit and push. And then it will ask you for the location. So from here, you can actually just go to your GitHub repository account, create a new one, and then I just called mine test1. Typically I like to name them the same as the file that you're working from, the project. So I'll just go ahead and create that. So you have created one. I'll keep this on HTTPS. And then make sure that link is that, because if you use SSH, that's a different way of doing it. Basically you have to provide your login info, and if you have an SSH key, that's just a whole separate issue. So for now we'll just go here, add that to our clipboard, and then we'll paste that in here. So it auto-populates that for you, as you noticed. Make sure this connection is HTTPS, and then you can click next. That's good. Let's go into master and finish. Okay, no errors. Looks okay. Alright, so we'll just verify that it worked just by clicking refresh. And look at that. You've made your first commit and push. And you can just verify as well by going to the source folder here, opening up that. And that's the code that I committed. Okay, so say you want to clone from a repository. Say you don't have this local one on your computer. So I'll just delete this just for information purposes here. We'll just say I don't have one. And I will actually just try and clone it from your Git repository. So what you'll do is you'll import from here, Package Explorer, and I'll import from the Git, project from Git, and I'll clone a URL. So it just took this from my notepad and it just pasted it in right away. So this was just all populated. But if you were to go from anywhere else, what you would do is you just find someone's repo, you click this green button here, clone and download, and add it to your clipboard, and just paste it in. It'll autofill it in for you. Make sure that's HTTPS, and then click next. And because I had already had this folder in here, it just recognized it. So I'll just go back here, and this is what it will look like for you. Click on next. So there's 3 different options here. You can import existing Eclipse project, and because I know that it was an Eclipse project to begin with, you won't run into any problems with trying to compile it and run it or debug. But if it wasn't an Eclipse project to begin with, you'd probably just want to import as general project. It'll import into here, and then you can convert it later to an Eclipse project. But since it's already been an Eclipse project, I already know it will work, so I'll click that. Click on next. Looks good. Yeah. All right, and so you've successfully cloned your files here from your GitHub. And so you see here, this is it. Yeah, look at that. All right, so the next thing you want to do is you want to push and commit back to your GitHub repository. So if you made any changes, you want to like add stuff to here. So I don't know. Let's just put this in here. I'll put a function just to print some string, and I'll make it say hello YouTube. And we'll save that. And we'll make it set up as a configuration as well, just to test it out to see if it works. So we got a new config here. This is the project, and then the main class that you want to run is this one. So I'll click apply, run, and then you can run this new config, and there you go. It is successfully run. So you know it works. So now from here, you'll want to just right-click this whole project right here, and then click Team, Commit, and then what it will do is it'll open up this here, and then it will say Staged Changes. Okay, so it recognizes that there's been changes to the file, and it puts it here, and then what I'll do is I'll just write a little message. This is my second commit and push, and then we'll just say hello YouTube. Alright, and then that should be good. Click commit and push. This looks good, no errors. Okay, so now we want to verify to see if that worked. Alright, looks like it worked. So second commit and push. And if you just want to verify that, you can go into here. And there's the change I made. Alright, well, that's done. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from this. And yeah, hope to see you again.